Welcome, and thank you for joining me tonight. Where curiosity doesn't race, it strolls. Where ideas stretch out like sleepy cats in the sun, and where we take just a little more time to wonder before drifting off. Tonight, let's curl up around something both delicate and dazzling, the strange, invisible ballet of gravity. You feel it every day, though you've probably stopped noticing. It's there when your feet kiss the floor in the morning, when your coffee settles into the bottom of the cup, when the moon rises, patient and silver, tugging at the ocean like a child pulling on their mother's sleeve. Gravity is constant, familiar, but don't let that fool you. It's also full of secrets. It wasn't always called gravity. Long ago, before names and formulas, it was simply part of the world's rhythm. Ancient people watched apples fall and planets wander through the sky and wondered what held them in order. They told stories of invisible threads, divine hands, and sacred wheels. In a way, they weren't far off. Much later, a man sitting under a tree, so the story goes, felt the nudge of an apple and thought a little deeper. That man was Isaac Newton, and he imagined gravity as a force, a gentle attraction between anything with mass. The bigger the mass, the stronger the pull. You pull on the earth, and it pulls on you. The earth pulls on the moon, and the moon pulls on the tides, everything pulling on everything else quietly, endlessly. It was an elegant idea, neat, mathematical, and very useful. For hundreds of years, Newton's gravity guided ships, built bridges, and launched cannonballs. It shaped the industrial age. But then something strange happened. The math began to break. Some tiny things didn't follow Newton's rules. Neither did the very big, very fast, or very distant. The neatness started to fray at the edges, like an old sweater under too much strain. Enter a young man with a wild head of hair and ideas just as unruly. Albert Einstein didn't just revise Newton's work. He rewrote the script entirely. He imagined space not as a flat stage, but as a stretchable, bendable fabric. And gravity, not a force, but a curve, a dip in the cosmic bedsheet. Imagine placing a heavy ball in the center of a trampoline. The surface dips. Now roll a marble nearby. It spirals inward, not because the ball pulls on it, but because the marble is following the curve in the surface. According to Einstein, this is how planets orbit stars, not pulled, but falling forever around a bend in space-time. And yes, time bends too. That's the part that's hardest to grasp. Where gravity is strong, time slows down. Not in a metaphorical way, in a measurable, provable way. Astronauts in orbit age ever so slightly slower than we do down here. Clocks tick faster on mountaintops than at sea level. This isn't theory, it's reality. One tested, confirmed, and quietly astonishing. You're already living in a world shaped by curved space-time. The signals from your GPS wouldn't work if they didn't adjust for gravity's warping of time. Every time you check the map on your phone, you're using Einstein's equations, whether you know it or not. But despite all this precision, gravity still holds its mysteries. We can describe what it does, we can measure it, model it, use it. But what is it? That, we're still not quite sure. It slips through the fingers of physics like starlight through branches. Even stranger, gravity is the weakest of the fundamental forces. A fridge magnet can defeat the entire Earth's gravity on a paperclip. And yet, it binds galaxies together. It sculpts the cosmos. It might hold the key to understanding black holes or even the beginning of time itself. Some physicists believe there's a deeper theory waiting to be found, something more fundamental, that makes sense of both gravity and the quantum world, where particles blink in and out of existence. Until then, we continue to study, to listen, and to watch. There are instruments buried deep underground, waiting to catch the faint tremble of gravitational waves, ripples in space-time from collisions of black holes far across the universe. When those waves wash over us, we don't see them or hear them, but our instruments stretch ever so slightly like spider webs in the wind. And in that moment, the universe tells us a story, not with words, but with movement, with breath, with gravity. So tonight, as you lie there feeling your body gently pressed into the bed, know that you're part of a cosmic dance. You, the planet, the stars, the galaxies, all tugging on each other in a quiet, endless waltz. Gravity holds you not just to Earth, but in time, in place, in wonder. And maybe that's what gravity really is. Not just a force or a curve, but a reminder that we're all connected, no matter how far we drift. So breathe deeply, let yourself be held, and drift just a little into the dark and peaceful pull of sleep.